Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your early morning, late out of date raw review. Trust me, I would have loved to have done this review last night, but I was just so tired, and I'm very tired now. Not just that, God, this show is just so demotivating. I'm not gonna lie to you, the feeling of wrestling is gone. Okay, now that WrestleMania is over, not that the road to WrestleMania has been good, you know. I will give credit again. WWE last week was a much better show. Now that you didn't have Punk and Reigns on the show, along with Cena and Orton and basically people who matter because they were not on the show. Star power and things that are cool. Like this show clearly was a step down from last week, man. Now we're back to feel. Now I'm back to feeling nothing about wrestling. I feel nothing. So this was sadly a very bored Raw. We're back to the same shit every freaking week. Like great, it's the same shit we have seen, and not just that. It's like the same shit we've been seeing since WrestleMania. You would think this is going to be a new. It's like supposed to be a new season, new things happening. But yeah, it's like rinse and repeat of the same shit we've seen so many times. And it's also with the same type of people as well. So it's like, what's the real difference with now WrestleMania has come and gone and it's supposed to be like a new season, whatever. You know what I mean, folks? What a joke. I don't know. I'm tired. Grab your Coca-Colas, drink it magnificently, and yeah, have it make you wake up and yeah. Cheers. Oh man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired. So, let's put on my reading glasses and let's talk about what happened, okay? So the show started. The show started with Rollins and his new faction. I don't even know if it's gonna be a faction. So I forgot that so people were pointing out how this is gonna be a new faction perhaps with Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman. They might add some new people in the future, and how it's gonna probably be similar to the Dangerous Alliance, which was Paul Heyman's factions back in the day when he was in WCW as Paulie Dangerously. I mean, I don't hate the idea. It just like to me really like Rollins as the to me Rollins as the leader just not makes sense. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm just not a fan of that. And I'm just also not a fan that like Seth Rollins. You know, again, this whole idea of Rollins and Heyman together, I really don't care for it. And it just doesn't help that for some God knows what reason. What is with Seth Rollins? Like, what is it? Why is he acting like a babyface? Like, why is he basically acting like the same thing? You know, listen. I have no problem with like guys like The Rock acting like the same way as a heel, as a babyface, as Stone Cold, or I mean whatever. Um, Edge even, you know, and of course John Cena somewhat he acts like similar. The thing is, your character has to be good to work certain ways. Seth Rollins, his character, he doesn't even have a character if we were honest with ourselves. And the fact that he's talking like the same way, like he's also saying, "Look, it's a Monday Night Rollins." Like, what the fuck are we doing here? You're a fucking heel now. And it doesn't help the fans are singing the fucking. Okay, listen, I gotta tell you guys. One of the reasons why I hated this show was just the crowd. Okay, a lot of people nowadays want to hate on a crowd if the show's not good. Well, listen, the crowd was just retarded. And it's because of the fucking Smarky fans. That's the problem. The Smarky fans are a fucking problem. Oh, a lot of smarks or wrestling fans like to hate shows, but how dare their fans don't react much or whatever. Oh, how they're a boring crowd. They don't react to anything. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I don't blame them if the fucking show is shit. What you want? But literally, the crowd tonight was retarded too. Okay, it was retarded where they're fucking saying, oh, they're fucking chanting one more time for a heel. Like, I thought the Raw after Mania is over, and now we're still fucking seeing fucking gay sparky shit going on. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm tired of this. And it's like I'm confused. I'm really confused. This show, I had no feeling, and I was just confused. Okay, I'm just confused. Just trying to understand what the hell is going on, and the crowd is just retarded because like. You're really cheering for Rollins and he's a baby and he's a heel? I don't know. And like I'm also still kind of confused with Rollins. Like it's clear he's a heel, right? But yet he's acting like a babyface still. I don't know. What can we actually have heels like act like a fucking heel for God's sakes now? I don't know. I say he's a very dynamic character. Shut up. Seth Rollins says, "Welcome with the Monday Night Rollins. I am your host. I'm the Revolution." Like, shut the fuck up with your gay fucking promo style. Like, fuck. I'm a visionary. I'm a resolution. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. And in case you're living under a rock, you're looking at the winner of the main event WrestleMania. Blah, blah, blah. And you know, what you gain from it as being the winner of WrestleMania, fucking fag? You cross-dress like a fucking faggot. You know, the only thing that remotely makes you a heel all this time is that you dressed in drag, you fucking weirdo. He said, and I know it's a little difficult for me, so some of you who wants to chant for CM Punk, and you had the fans were booing CM Punk, like, I thought these fans liked CM Punk, and then no, they're fucking booing him. And it's like, and then like Rollins had to like try to literally resort to like talking about Roman Reigns, and then that's when the fans are like, it kind of shows you, wow, like maybe some people like, you know, like no matter what, Roman will be cheered more than Punk, I guess they kind of tested that to see what's going on, but like, wow, like so much for freaking Punk and his love, huh? But it's like, it's just stupid also on the fucking part of the fans, you know? Like they're being smarky as all hell, like goddamn. I knew there was a tweet out there, but I know it's how painful it's from you to start putting a finger for Roman. But you look in the ring and it's the future of our industry. The future runs through Run Man. And that man's not CM Punk or Roman Reigns, not John Cena, not Jey Uso, not Cody Rhodes. The future of this injury is with Paul Heyman on my left and Braun Breaker on my right. And the future of this injury is runs through Seth Rollins. The future! I'm the future. I want to make Roman sound evil. Like, so basically, he's calling himself the future. Like, motherfucker, aren't you the now? Oh, you're not the future. You're the now. So we're really doing that now? Are we really going back to freaking Seth Rollins' fucking bullshit? Not even arc. This whole bullshit fucking idea that, you know, kept Triple H saying, you're not the future. You're the now. You know how the Smart Busters were joking about how he's like, I'm the future. And then now he's fucking calling himself the future again. I thought you're the fucking now, you dumbass. And like, how are you the future when literally you're like fucking 30-something years old, almost 40? You're probably gonna retire in a few years. Didn't you say that? You're gonna become a part-timer, and you're the fucking future? You've been on this fucking company for the past decade, and you have done nothing but garbage. Ron's the future, my ass. Yeah, you've been the future for how many years now, and you have freaking goddamn it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Seth Rollins is a good wrestler, but my God, as a character, Seth Rollins has been garbage, has been terrible. He's been a shitty babyface, he's been a shitty heel, he's been fucking dog shit. I have not been remotely entertained by the idea of Seth Rollins ever. Aside from him and his, thankfully, the Shield, whenever they reunite or whatever, that was like the only shit to care about Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins, other than that, is just gay. And what's even more gay is that Seth Rollins dressed like a fag now. Kind of fucking laying in some secrets that, you know what, the guy's probably, you know, in the closet. I'm not gonna roof off it, I'm evil. Ugh. God, we're really gonna have this shit with Seth Rollins, he's gonna act like I'm not in the future. And what's worse is that he said Braun Breaker is like his sidekick. Like, Braun Breaker, the guy was just Intercontinental Champion. Like, I'm not saying this is terrible for him, but it's like, I feel like Braun Breaker should be showcased as like a very tough guy, you know, and he doesn't need to really have Seth Rollins. I mean, well, I don't hate the idea of him being part of a faction. Obviously, this is going to help him. Hopefully, this branches him out. This might lead to something in the future, but it's like, what's really the point of this, honestly? Like, this should definitely, like, branches out the idea of, like, Braun Breaker, maybe even aside from Paul Heyman, leads to be a future, you know, big star, where he could essentially be the modern Lesnar. But, like, why do we really need this? Well, again, like, why are they freaking really treating him as he's just a sidekick, you know? He's just to be a guy who's just a heavy. Like, Braun Breaker, people even also want to cheer him. That's what's the thing, that's the sad thing. You want to cheer him. And y'all just want to fucking add the faction to just try to have him be booed? For what? I mean, I understand, like, that's, why should we listen to the fans if they're going to act all fickle all the time? But it's like, Braun Breaker has it. Does he really need to be in a faction? But again, if he's going to be in a faction, why is he going to be a sidekick to Rollins? Why isn't he going to be treated as, like, such a big star? Like, why is it all for just Rollins? So, like, this group is just facing Rollins worshipping, basically, which is, like, gay. Why? This is supposed to be the modern evolution. Guess what? Evolution was about the old and the new. It was not just supposed to be about Triple H, but it was also showcasing, like, Randy Orton was not just a sidekick to freaking Triple H, along with Batista. They had their own attributes, and they helped me. I mean, you had Triple H. When he had his first, this is the problem with this fucking first promo. They didn't really explain, or even last week, they never really explained why Rollins and Heyman are together. And they never really freaking, you know, even explained really the idea of Braun Breaker being together. And they don't even freaking praise Braun Breaker. Like, the beauty when Evolution started, they had, like, Triple H would literally just freaking glaze everybody, hyping them up, you know, and that's what you should be doing. Showcasing their attributes, showcasing why, you know, he's, you know, like, Batista's the animal, he's an anomaly, he's a guy that, it's just a beast, he can kick your ass without even trying, stuff like that. Same could be said about Braun Breaker, the guy, you know, you have Seth Rollins, like, hyping him up. Like, what are you doing? So this is just a Rollins worship group? Yeah, like, I really want to see that. Remember I said this was probably going to be a good thing last week? I think I changed my mind. Because now realizing, fuck, this is going to be a Rollins worshiping group. They're just going to have Braun Breaker as a heavy, which means he's going to probably be taking pins, which is like, what are we doing? Unless, again, this is going to be a faction, but it's like, then there needs somebody who really takes pins, and you don't want to see people who are going to be guys like a Braun Breaker or whatever get pinned, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I don't know, I don't know, I'm just like, ugh, whatever, that's wrestling nowadays. Then we see Sami Zayn coming out, which is like, oh god, like every little thing, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was just kind of annoyed, you know? Like, great, Sami Zayn is gonna save the day, and it's like, who really cares? I'm sorry, who really cares? Sami Zayn, and and this also indicated that great, no Punk, no Roman, So basically, what they're gonna sadly do is prolong this whole thing with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. They're gonna probably wait till SummerSlam, which is like, really? Is that what they're gonna fucking do? We have to wait till SummerSlam to see that match, which has a bit of intriguement, because again, what happened last week? So what? We're not gonna see that match at a Backlash. Like, God forbid, something good for Backlash, something to make you understand. Because again, we realize, yeah, Roman is a part timer, unfortunately. Which, whatever. That just sadly means this whole idea of doing this match, they're just not gonna fucking do it, sadly, in the next pay-per-view. Which is like, really? Like, really? So, it's gonna lose its luster, in a sense. It's not be. This is the problem with wrestling nowadays. Lack of consistency. But yeah, this is such a great era, guys. The writing is fucking great. Ugh, give me a break. What kind of fucking person says that? Sami Zayn comes out. Rollins says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn, welcome back, my man. Yeah, it's so long. It's good to see you back on Monday Night Raw. I seen you caught WrestleMania, right?" Sami Zayn says, yeah, I saw the main event WrestleMania, very good. How long we've been friends? A long time, right? Okay, I feel the need to come out here as a friend and as someone who's known you for a very long time and tell you in the face, this is a load of crap, man. And I start around saying, hey, now, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean? And Sami Zayn's like, what do I mean? How much time did you spend talking about CM Punk, talking about Roman? And then the one thing you guys have in common is that you have someone standing on your shoulder. How is that any difference? Referring to Paul Heyman. And Cyril says, wait a minute now, you're not seriously comparing me to Punk and Roman. How could this be different? Come on now. And then Sami Zayn says, for the longest time, I really started to believe that you had this deep anger, like this deep hatred for Punk. You sound like a self-righteous when you're talking about Roman. And now I'm seeing that, you're just jealous. Because you just wanted to be in the position they're in. And Seth Rollins says, hey, Seth, look, I'm not CM Punk. I'm not CM Punk, I'm not Roman. I'm the vision of the future. You and me, we go back many, many years, and this is our future. And then, what coincidence, the future of the WWE, the vision of future of the industry for years ago. All revive all Seth Rollins being front and center. And Seth Rollins like, it's not coincidence. I'm the best man for the job. You know this. Oh, great. I mean, if they're really gonna do this whole thing with Rollins being the main top guy, like as like one of the top heels, like you're in for the worst. They're in for the worst ratings possible, and they're in for the worst freaking time to people care about. I swear, like every time this guy has been champion, the ratings have went down. Whenever this guy was showcased, the ratings have went down, and nobody fucking cares. Oh, but the ratings don't matter. Bullshit. You could say like, because WWE's more profitable than ever. How do you think they're profitable? Because WWE had to fool the production companies, or they fooled Netflix, okay? They fooled all these companies of these profits that are made is guaranteed money. They got guaranteed from Netflix. They got guaranteed from the USA Network. All these type of things. And then you wonder why in a few years Netflix drops them and shit like that. That's because they regret being fooled. That is why. That's the way they make their record profits. Somebody said that's the point. This is not coincidence. It's hypocritical. You spend all the time talking about the bloodline this and bloodline that. So this has got the bloodline. Quit comparing me all the time. And then Sammy says, how is it different? You got the wise man over there. You got your little dog right over there. By the way, if he keeps looking at me, I'm gonna get his ass face kicked in. Like, really? Sami Zayn is gonna act like a tough guy to Braun Breaker? That's like fucking saying a homeless guy. That's like saying a homeless guy, hey, I'm richer than you. But to a fucking guy who clearly has more money. But again, that's like fucking saying a midget can kick Brock Lesnar's ass. Like, a midget threatening Brock Lesnar. Like, are we fucking kidding here? Like Butterbean is gonna threaten Brock Lesnar, and you think that's gonna fucking happen? Give me a fucking break. What kind of joke this is? Anyway, Seth Rollins says, hey, everybody just calm down. What is this? What's going on here? Sami, you had come here to want to be honest with me? Let me be honest with you. I'm the vision that... So he kept repeating the same shit he said. It doesn't matter if I hate you or like I hate Roman or Punk. It doesn't matter. I love you. It's like great, lovey-dovey bullshit, gay fucking shit. Why does every wrestler love each other now? I love you. I love you. I love you. Hey, I love you. Like, everybody loves each other. Like, it's this fucking gay shit in wrestling. No fucking tough boy shit. It's always like, you think this is how you do stories? Everybody's, but like, listen. I'm not saying that you can't have emotion like a wrestler like loves loves his brotherly love shit. But it's like, not one. It's more so sound gayish, and you can't really buy this brotherly love gay shit. Two, we never really see Rollins and Sami really establish their freaking great friendship as they're like brothers. We see more of that with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And three, this is just straight up gay. Okay? Straight up gay. We see this so many times. Like, holy shit. We have a solution for you. Because we're going to take over and we're not letting anyone stop us. We could just get you moved out of Monday Night Raw. No. Look at it. It's not a threat. It's clearly, you're not going to buy what we're selling. It's not a threat, Sami. It's an offer. It's an offer. It's a favor. So let's just think about it. But we're going to need an answer by the end of the night. So what I did like about this, though, is like, yeah, they try to have something that you could fall back to the end of the night. I like that this carried throughout the show. That was like the only positive of this. The only problem is like, really, this is just, that's the thing, Sami's not gonna turn his back or be afraid of Sami. And who really cares? Like, that's the fucking problem. Like, why didn't they do something like this with last week with Cena and Orton? You know what I mean? First match, we have Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. So they have a bunch of... So basically, WWE... they have a bunch of people from NXT now. That's, I guess, not called up. But it's like... as much as I like these women, what makes them different than all the women that we have nowadays in the main roster? It just means, like, great. Oversaturation. More baggage, if anything. And it's like, don't complain when these people get released, because fuck, who the hell's gonna care? Watch Dakota Kai probably get released, and the whoop whoops and whatever, Oh god. Rhea Ripley defeats Roxanne Perez by disqualification because she gets attacked by Julia. Then what's her name? Io Sky shows up, and then she gets attacked, and Rhea Ripley makes the ran off, and the babyface stands tall, whatever. I like Julia, right? But like, great, like, really, she's just, now she just feels like nothing, especially as a heel. Like, I don't know why she's a heel, in all honesty. So, and like, if you're confused, like, of who is Julia, if you don't watch NXT. So how does this make any freaking sense? Like, that's the problem with, like, again, you're bringing up people out of nowhere from NXT, and you don't even showcase who they are with any vignettes and whatever. This is the problem. This is why I call it the NXT problem. You can't just bring somebody up without explaining them and assume people know them. Like, whatever happened to vignettes? If they're going to be on the main roster, you should do weeks of vignettes, just like how you did for Aleister Black. Just like, again, back in the days when wrestling was good, you were doing vignettes with Rusev before he showed up to the main roster in 2014 and did vignettes, Finn Balor wishes that so they're back in the fucking junk house, or whatever they call themselves, the clubhouse, junk house, I don't know, where they just play video games. How many times are we gonna see the fucking Judgment Day just play fucking video games? It's been a year now. And they're doing the same garbage. Yeah, very cool. They just play video games. What a bunch of tough dudes. the Judgment Day, whatever, they're happy JD McDoofy and McGee is back, and then Finn Balor, he's like, oh, what happened? How did you not tell me? And then, like, JD McDoofy had just, like, said, oh, he talked to Dominic first, and, just congratulating, but he's like, oh, he found out he was cleared and shit. Finn Balor, like, just wasn't any surprises, and he gets another surprise at how they have a tag title number one contenders garbage, and whatever. And it's like, who the fuck cares? We then see Logan Paul coming out. Logan Paul says, it's crazy how if you don't remember, but I beat AJ Styles last week at WrestleMania, and I hear that you people are still not satisfied. Hey, I get you're from Kansas City. You're a victim of circumstances. How you don't know graces when standing in front of you. People are just so stupid. You don't know a true legend. Hey, I'm gonna say something that might offend you, and I'm not gonna realize how true. You don't look at your current world champion Jey Uso, and I think, he basically challenged Jey Uso, which I don't know if it's early. Like, I don't hate it. It just means that, like, Logan Paul, this was fine. Like, I have no problem Logan Paul, going after a world title, whatever. It just, like, really. It just means that Logan Paul is going to lose to Jey Uso. We know Jey Uso is not going to lose. This is what I would have done if WWE was smart. With this whole new Rollins heel turn, you would have tied in this whole Sami Zayn thing with Jey Uso, and Jey Uso tries to at least help Sami Zayn. And then this could lead to eventually Rollins and Jey Uso. And what you could have done, even though I wouldn't care for it, but at least would help in logic, Seth Rollins beating Jey Uso immediately after him winning the world title. You haven't beat him at Backlash. You could have done something like that. Especially if they're not going to do this whole shit where, they're going to do a tag match with Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins versus the, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. At least you would have that going on. But no. They didn't do that. They're not doing that. I mean, that would be good heel work. That what a heel he would be. But now we're gonna just do a kind of somewhat predictable match. And you would think they would do a Saudi Arabia. Like, are they gonna do a Saudi Arabia pay-per-view coming up? I don't know, nor do I care. Whatever. What's done is done. He says that consider Jey Uso's title run outnumbered because he wants something that he has something that he wants, and whatever. He also says that he's done everything but becoming world champion. Jey Uso comes out and they eat shit, which is like 5 minutes, and he says, hold up, we're gonna sound the noise because he thinks after 15 years me trying to make my name for myself, finally becoming the world champion, that I would have just handed over a punk ass YouTuber like Logan Paul. Stop. Hey, look, let me spit it. Let me get real for a minute. I watched Gunther beat my twin Uso with a bloody pole and did something to me, and right inside me that I didn't go out. So look, the title's not giving its turn, and it's mine, and you want it? Come take it. 4 letters, 1 word, yeah, and eat. Like, calm down, fuck. Logan Paul then says, eat. You sound so stupid, and I've done more in 4 years than you did in 15. Oh, you know it's true. I got something for you, Jay. Here's how it's going. That title I'm gonna take from you, and I'm gonna do what's best. And you're gonna crash out. Screw up like you lost the title in you're gonna lose the title like you less time you held the Intercontinental Championship. So Jey Uso, enjoy it while you still can. And at least Jey Uso super kicking Logan Paul to close the segment. This is okay. And just the problem is, this just felt mid-cardish. If in all honesty. It felt very mid-cardish. Well, I appreciate what they did later in the show, I will say. This just really felt mid-cardish. And I guess, it's not hard to justify or understand why it feels mid-cardish, because they had not established Jey Uso to really be main event, let's just say. Whatever, though. Whatever. I'm tired. I'm just tired of garbage. That's all I have to really say. Second match, the War Raiders defeats the Judgment Day because so Carlito tried to get involved and help the Judgment Day, but then Penta gets involved and whatever. Whatever. It's the same shit. Why did the War Raiders have to freaking win a no more contenders match when they're clearly no more contenders? What? Because they don't do fucking rematch calls anymore? Like, who the fuck cares? Just fucking do the garbage rematch. Because we already know what's gonna happen. Fuck! Paul Heyman interrupts Sami Zayn when he's talking to Otis. Yeah, so Otis, who got beat up by Rusev, and yet he's not talking to freaking, he's not like angry about Rusev. He doesn't even confront Rusev. We just have him talk to Sami Zayn. What kind of sense does that make? Oh, I don't even know anymore. I don't know. Paul reminds us Sami that how they're part of the OG bloodline and says that Heyman just blew up whatever was left of the bloodline at WrestleMania. But Heyman says, like, I actually had a lot of respect for you did when you broke away from the bloodline a couple years ago. And you gotta see where I'm coming from. I didn't want to talk about the bloodline. The Rollins is the future of the industry. Braun Breaker's demanding a match with you. And then you can't say no to that. But because Braun is the key of their future plans, so Braun, I have you such perverse. Yeah, here's the thing: if you got traded to SmackDown, starting this Friday, everybody wins. We spoke to Nick Aldis and Pierce, and here's the favor: if you accept this offer, you will face the winner of Cena versus Orton after Backlash, and you will be an instant undisputed title opportunity. So, if Sami was to take this offer, it's not like he's a bad guy. It's not like he's, I don't know. It's not like he's a fucking bad guy, right? If he decides to go to SmackDown, he would easily get a title shot. And what's the difference does it make? Raw and SmackDown, it's just one is blue, one is red. Okay? So Sami Zayn, he's given a title opportunity, he could have just said yes. But apparently, it's a way of getting scared of Seth Rollins. And I'm just not myself, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, how is this logic? Act like this is being. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, oh yeah, I'll take the title shot, but I'm gonna kick your ass because you're stupid. Like, do that shit. Be a rebel. I don't know. Whatever. Becky Lynch. This was cringe. Cringy Lynch is back, and she's cringing up a storm. Oh, the man that's come out of Kansas and blah, blah, blah. And now she's trying like a try-hard heel. And the man's back to business. So let's get down to business, shall we? Bayley was taken out of WrestleMania. And there was a murder mystery of what happened. But I examined the evidence. I have footage of reviewed the footage and found the culprit. It was me. It was me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin. That's how she acted like. This was cringe. So cringy Lynch. She said, "Oh, it was me. It was me all along. And why did it? It all goes back to 2019." And I was like, "Who the fuck? Oh, this is long-term booking, guys. Long-term booking. My ass." They just needed an excuse, and they had to rely on going back to 2019. Just some little bit of anything they can do to try to make it. I mean, you could literally just said, like, I think 2 years ago even, but I gotta go all back to 2019. You could have just mentioned damage control and shit like that. I don't know, whatever. Even though who the fuck really cares? But like, yeah, so first off, they're ripping off Trish Stratus attacking Lita, and we got no explanation from that, by the way. Did y'all remember that when Trish Stratus had her little heel turn 2 years ago, and then she teamed up with Becky, and then she turns on her? So they're just rinsing and repeating the same storylines. And we got no resolution to that. Does that mean we're not going to get any resolution with Bayley? Even though, I mean, I'm sure they're going to do that. I think the only reason why they didn't do anything with Trish and Lita back then, because I guess people were complaining that Lita was older and couldn't really move anymore. Like, even though who the fuck cares? She's old and she's aged like wine. Who the fuck cares? She can't do a moonsault or something. Just looking at her would have been great. Would have been great to see Trish and Lita have a proper women's match. Two women that people actually give a fuck about. But something nice to fucking get off to. I'm just kidding, you know what I mean? Actually, no. Getting off is actually a fucking actual statement. Whatever. Cringy Lynch. Woman, she attacked me 2019, and you know, but then it all goes back to Lyra. Lyra, she wants you see, they say the enemy of enemy is my friend, but it also works in reverse, that if the friend of my enemy is my enemy, now Lyra wouldn't be in this business because of me, and she says she's going to be the future. Everybody wants to be a fucking future, god damn. But like, I try to save her. I try to ditch that bitch, but that she would never have won those tag titles with Bayley. It was because of me. But then I show what I thought of her before WrestleMania, and then Lyra comes out. You had high hopes for me? Did you know how many women in the locker room warned me about you? And then this became like Disney Channel-esque. I mean, listen, even I seen Disney Channel. People said this was like Disney Channel acting. I've seen Disney Channel had better acting back in like the 2000s and even the 90s, when they had like, you know, these shows like That's So Raven, even Lizzie McGuire, even Stevens, the famous Jet Jackson. There were shows, even Nickelodeon and shit. There were actually freaking these tween shows had better acting than the shit you would see on fucking WWE. And I understand WWE, like, the reason why these wrestlers are wrestlers is because they can't really act. But, like, you should actually have acting ability. These bitches can't fucking talk for shit. Not that I fucking care, because, hey, listen, I saw Lyra Valkyria. Her with her hair flowing. She's invited to the big black couch. Oh shit, possibilities are endless, people. But, like, come on here. This segment was just fucking crap. Like, shut up and just join me in the big black couch, please. But it's like, this was just cringe. You had Becky Lynch like, oh no, I'm the man, and she's like fucking like trying to overact, and it's like fucking cringe, and like, oh no, it's like fucking stupid banters, like, oh Lord help me, my ears. I bet they did that, Manny was the one fashion fan, like they're arguing, it's like, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, God, bitches, shut up. Like, holy fuck. Listen to me, you punk, you would never be a train if it wasn't for me, and like, shut the hell up, and it's like, oh, my lord, my ears is like cringe, like, fuck. I know you're not gonna fight me, but I know you're only gonna fight me at Backlash. And it's like, great, you had to tie it back to wrestling, you know, not make it fucking sound real, and we'll put a title line, and then eventually they fight when it looked not real at all, and oh god, this was terrible. Believe it, you don't even bother looking at it. This was terrible. Penta needed to calm down. He wants some payback with JD with Doofy Head, but then the match is made for next week and whatever. Then Gable confronts him, and then like, this is for my brother, because he attacks, made fun of his brother and attacked him. We get a Rusev promo. This was the only good thing on the show, by the way. That and a recap of Cena and Orton. Here's our history, Michael. How is it that a prepackaged promo of Rusev and a retrospective of the history man Cena and Orton was the best thing on this show. What does that tell you? This new era, this future is not fucking cool. Rusev says, once upon a time I had it all, the gold, the fame, the tank of WrestleMania, and I lost it all. I lost myself. I lost the WWE. I left the WWE and I went to Bulgaria. I went to the abyss, and the abyss where I healed myself, redeemed myself, and I fixed myself into hell. I realized I will no longer fight for a woman or that is not mine, or a flag that never was. I have infinity. I finally fed the crushed people, not because I was told to, but because I wanted to. So now I will use my hands on my jacked body for good. I will hunt the flawed, the arrogant, who waste their talents like I did. And through their pain, I will perfect them with all good. So my brothers, your lack of suffering as now. I am the tempest rolling in. I will hunt you, forgive you, and fix you. And I fix myself. Choose your next steps wisely, because a righteous man is no hardship. Ending you will be no loss. And I was like, this is good. I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to it. I just know this company's gonna fuck up Rusev. I don't know. It's just. Oh, but this would happen in AEW, and then yet they fumbled with Miro. So what? Modern wrestling is shit. Let's just say it's all about big matches with no stories and shit. Even though they're not great matches. Listen. There has not been a legit great wrestling match in WWE history in a very long time. You can say WrestleMania death. They actually had great matches. But, like, when it comes to legit, like, memorable stories and shit, there has not been, like, an actual memorable match that would live on to decades. Let's be for real. That's great matches. Not fucking garbage just to have a pop a crowd, you know? Third match, Stephanie Bakir defeats Ivy Nile. This match was longer than need be, but it was great to see the Devil's Kiss, or what they call that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Nick Aldis had a backstage interview with Styles, and this leads to Dominic wanting to get break, and then he insults AJ or something. This is how you make feuds now. It's backstage garbage. Whatever. Dominic thinks he deserves a break as a champ or whatever, because he wants to be with Liv. So Liv gets a movie role, but she's a champion. But then Nick Aldis says, "But you're the champion. That means you have to be in the." Okay, then why are you okay with Liv Morgan being whatever? I don't know. And this leads to Saturday now and Styles Dominic feud. Like really, who the fuck cares? Sami Zayn Russell carrying Cross and says he has a big decision to make. Choose wisely. And then Pat McAfee, you know, he's dropping F-bombs because he's a very edgy guy or whatever. He mentioned, he acts like a tough guy. Yeah, he grew up and shit, whatever. His home at the, it's great to be here to Chiefs. I grew up in, people said, I went from being a rebel bump to a human to basically every city in this country being well known. I became a hard-ass worker. Hard work pays off. I give back to millions of the people, like children's and militaries, homeless shelters, and the LGBT community. So great, he mentions that, which like, come on, bro, you gotta act woke shit, man, come on, bro. But I said I would die for this, and I'm gonna die because I'm willing to die for what's right, and that even means defending my buddy Michael Cole. And it's like, shut up with that shit, bro. Come on, why you gotta mention Michael Cole like he's cool? Ugh. This was cringe. I mean, I like Matt McAfee, but what the fuck was this promo? And he's also dropping F-bombs trying to be, like, acting cool, like, cause to pop the crowd. Like, come on, bro. Then Nick Aldis, like, he gets asked, like, I know what you want. You want Gunther, but, he's not going to live for the censorship. But I can offer an idea. Backlash. It'll be you and Gunther in a sanctioned match, and then done. I have no problem with them having a match. Pat McAfee proved he could be a cool wrestler. It just like doesn't make sense to really have him go 50-50 with Gunther, whatever. I don't know. We then have Seth Rollins to make his choice. He was with Jey Uso backstage, like, yeah, do best, Uso. You go do good, man, Uso. Be who you are, Uso. And then, like, they hug, and then Logan Paul punches Jey, and then yeet. Whatever. I like that they carried it on to, like, close the ending, though. I will say that. At least, like, it was not just a one-off segment, you know what I mean?
Seth Rollins like, hey, well, it's very near the so Sami Zayn, I love you to come out and make your decision. You put me in a very bad spot, but 20 years of friendship, I love you, man, and I want you to know the future. I respect you. I love you. Shout out to C-Jax, by the way. C-Jax, the Naruto guy, yeah, he's a funny dude. Shout out to him. Everybody's like, oh, we our kids, we grow up together, we love each other, we grew up in the Indies, and it would hurt me, if you don't just because then you're gonna, clone that, because I'm begging you, please take the easy way out. And then Sami Zayn says, like, if it hurts your feelings, friend, I'm sorry, but a true friend does, our kids are very close, we got to this company together, you worked so hard being in this business, and I know you're confining me to choose one thing that's eluding me in my entire career, the world championship. But I'm telling you, you're a friend, you're so friend or not friend for so long. Have you ever been known me for running away? You hurt my feelings. You're threatening me. And just and now I became a target. Guess what? I've been targeted 1,000 times. And trust me, I will not be threatened. I'll be in the world championship somehow, but I won't not be threatened. And this leads to Braun Breaker coming out. I was thinking, this was early. Oh, the show would end it, but then I realized this is WWE. Nowadays Raw ends 10:30. So unfortunately, this was too early to end for some reason. They can't end the show early. We had to have a fucking match for God knows what reason, which they decided for some reason to do Sami Zayn in street clothes versus Braun Breaker. I did not care for this match, and the fact that Braun Breaker can go 50-50 with Sami Zayn just kind of makes him look weak already. And then Sami Zayn loses by referee stoppage because, Braun Breaker was so intense, which this should have been the entire fucking match, by the way. But then Seth Rollins, you didn't have to be this way, you still could choose, and then, no, he decided not to give in, and then Braun Breaker hurts him more. The referees and security try to separate them, and then Seth Rollins does a curb stomp in the end, and that's the show end with Rollins' stupid group, or whatever, and it's like, God, I'm bored. I'm just glad it's over. I'm tired. This show is boring. No feeling. I had no feeling. Just fuck this. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. Boring fucking show. I'm not looking forward to wrestling in a very long time. Peace. Not bye. But guys, who cares, right? Because the Rock and WWE, they don't care anymore. Why should I? Because get Unreal and... we're going to let you all know the secrets, and it's not real, guys. Hey, remember, it's just a TV show. So great, kayfabe is finally dead. Why should I care, huh? If this is clear, that just shows the show's shit.